What's up, Jays? I'm Brady Mayer.
And I'm Amber Mears.
Today we have a good show in store for you filled with lots of announcements.
We will talk about going back 4 days a week, Women's Heritage Month, and St. Patrick's Day.
We also have tons of announcements as well as a sports update with Reagan, which will include news about our men's basketball team getting an exciting win last night and the girls' sectional game tonight.
Now before we get too ahead of ourselves, let's jump right into the show.
Starting off with some announcements this morning. Students, as most of you probably know by now, this week is parent-teacher conferences.
That's right, Brady. Tonight's conferences will take place from 4 to 8 p.m.
And to some other announcements, the Missouri Leadership Seminar is a free virtual summer program taking place on June 5th through 6th. This program will help students learn how to expand their minds and discover their leadership potential.
Applications are due to the Counseling Center by 3 p.m. on March 12th. More information can be found on the MLS website.
Students interested in applying to the Area Career Center or Northland Career Center for the 21 to 22 school year, applications are now available and are posted on the LHS website. These applications will be due on March 19th, so make sure to get on top of that.
We will be hosting a Chris Cakes pancake breakfast for our wonderful seniors here at LHS on March 24th from 7 a.m. to 8:45 a.m. And staff is also invited.
The cost will be $5 a plate, and the cost includes all-you-can-eat pancakes as well as sausage and orange juice.
I cannot wait to down some pancakes with the rest of the senior class.
And don't forget sausage, but same, Amber, but before we can do that, now we've got some announcements out of the way. Let's take a quick break.
Are you or maybe someone you know looking for somewhere to hang for a while? Well, Chalky Mountain is the place to go. Chalky Mountain not only teaches motor skill coordination, they also teach listening skills and aid in social and emotional development. Let Chalky Mountain be a fun and safe place where students from ages 18 months to 18 years can learn to achieve their fullest potential. Now what are you waiting for? Go rock, tumble, and roll. For more information, go to chalkymountain.com.
Seniors, we have some big news regarding graduation. Graduation will officially be happening at Children's Mercy Park on May 23rd.
This means that up to 7 tickets will be offered for each student to allow family members to attend. LHS and LNHS are in agreement that they want to be able to offer the most amount of tickets possible. With the pandemic still impacting our community, it is best believed that an outdoor venue is the best environment for families and students.
Liberty North ceremonies will begin at 9 a.m., while Liberty High School ceremonies will begin at 11:30 a.m. The park has reorganized their seating in the case of rain, so it should be a great event.
Speaking of seniors and the end of the year school activities, leadership classes from both Liberty North and Liberty have been working collaboratively to create some senior celebration activities for the spring.
We appreciate these groups working together, especially given the unusual circumstances of this school year. The schools will share those ideas as soon as they are finalized.
All these upcoming senior events sound super exciting. Speaking of exciting things, our boys basketball team took the W against Staley last night, so let's head over to Reagan to hear more.
What's up, Jays, and welcome back to today's sports recap. Big game last night for guys basketball. The Jays took on the Staley Falcons for the first of 2 sectional games. The Jays came out swinging, hitting 3 after 3 in the first quarter, propelling them to a lead of 21-10 at the start of the second quarter. Over the rest of the games, the Jays kept Staley at a distance. No matter what the Falcons tried, the gap stayed relatively the same, with the Jays ending up taking the dub with a score of 66-53. Some key players of the game were Bennett Sturts with a phenomenal offensive performance, putting up 27 points overall. On the defensive side, Kellen Goodwin, Luke Stubbs, and Dylan Gormont held it down to keep the Falcons at a comfortable distance for basically the entirety of the game. The Jays will now advance to the Elite 8 state quarterfinal this Friday at Lee Summit. On to some other sports news. Rugby has their first official game this Saturday versus Winnetonka. The guys had a rough start to their season with practices initially getting pushed back for a full month from January to February, but it's good to see them up and running again. They won their first scrimmage against St. Martinian's Academy with a score of 17-0 last weekend. On to some broader sports news for spring sports. They're right around the corner, and if you're as avid of a Jays fan as I am, I'm sure you're wondering how to get tickets. Well, fear not. We've got an interview with Mr. Cahill talking about tickets and spring sports. But before that, I just want to give you all a friendly reminder to take it easy and have an amazing spring break. You all deserve it, and I will see you after the break.
All right, how many people will be allowed at the upcoming basketball games?
So the final basketball games just depends on where we play. If we're home here, we did 600 tickets at last night's game. We'll be right around that number tonight for the girls' game. Friday night in Jackson County, they have a little bit more restrictions than we do in our county. So we're going to be at 250 total spectators for that game. So it just depends on where we play.
So how do people get tickets if there's more tickets available?
So there's a code that's given out to interested individuals, and they have to go onto the Misha site and use that code, and it allows them to purchase a ticket.
Okay, and then is anything changing, like restrictions-wise, going into the spring training? You just play it by ear, or how does that work?
Yeah, so it's ever-changing. It's all going to be dependent on our local health directors and district leadership and obviously CDC and state guidelines, but it seems like things are easing up a little bit. We don't have any attendance restrictions as of right now for all of our spring sports with the exception of track. There will be some spectator limitations on the track just because of the sheer number of athletes that are going to participate in an event. If we have 600-700 kids participating in a track meet, we can't have another 1,000 people in the stands. That's just not gonna fly. So that's where we'll have spectator restrictions for spring.
All right, thank you. This has been Charlie Marshall signing off.
Thank you for that wonderful sports update, Reagan.
The month of March is Women's Heritage Month.
That's right, Amber. Women's Heritage Month is all about highlighting women in history who have made great impacts in the world.
Standing by with some more information about Women's Heritage Month is Taylor Quinn. Let's check it out.
Throughout the years, women have overcome various obstacles, like voting, the workplace, equal pay, politics, and more. Miss Wiederholt from Diversity Club is here to talk to us a little bit more about the importance of Women's History Month.
Women's History Month, of course, is human history, right? So I think it's important to highlight those women that have helped our nation, our world become what they are right now, what we are right now. And I think it's important to highlight the challenges that they have faced and also to celebrate the differences that they have made for us in a positive way. And so I just think it's a way to really just celebrate all the impacts.
These great female historical figures have proven that hard work and determination can take you far. That's why it's important to celebrate their exceptional achievements.
I think sometimes we forget that there are specific people in specific populations that maybe are not highlighted for whatever reason that would be. Sometimes it is the way that history books maybe have been written or the way that it is portrayed on TV or in social media. So I think that we need to, anytime we have an opportunity to bring up special populations, as whether it be Women's History Month, Black History Month, which we just got done celebrating, any kind of Asian Island Pacific Month, which is coming up in the spring, any of those populations, I think it's just key and I think it's critical.
Well, there you have it, Jays. Let's take this month to celebrate all the courageous, passionate, and strong women out there who've proven that hard work and determination can take you far. From KLHS, this has been Taylor Quinn, signing off.
Thank you so much, Taylor.
Not only is March Women's History Month, but it is also the month of a holiday known as St. Patrick's Day.
St. Patrick's Day started as a religious celebration in the 17th century to commemorate the life of St. Patrick and the arrival of Christianity in Ireland. This feast day always took place on the anniversary of Patrick's death, which was believed to be March 17th, 461 AD.
Thank you for that history lesson, Brady. Now let's head over to Paige Robinson to hear more about St. Patty's Day.
In past years, we have had St. Patrick's Day parades, but unfortunately, the Kansas City Parade and Snake Saturday have been canceled due to COVID. You might be asking why we celebrate this day, and that's because it is the day we remember St. Patrick, one of Ireland's patron saints.
I won't get to go to any parades this year.
Fortunately, there are still some ways we can celebrate, like eating Irish meals or wearing and decorating in green.
Getting to wear green and all the green attire that is around in the stores.
There is a belief that if you do not wear green on St. Patrick's Day, you will get pinched because green makes you invisible to leprechauns, and leprechauns like to pinch just because they can.
I eat a lot of green cookies.
St. Patrick's Day is Wednesday 17th, so make sure you're wearing green. This has been Paige Robinson, signing off from KLHS.
Thank you for all of that information, Paige.
As we talked about yesterday, LHS is planning on going back to school 4 days a week starting April 5th.
There are many changes being put in place for the rest of the school year, including allowing us to do our first all-school assembly this year.
I cannot wait for this assembly, Brady, and I'm thankful that leadership has been putting such hard work to make this happen.
I am too, Amber. Now, after all of this news, let's head to a quick break. Finally, our student spotlights. Our first senior is Megan Patterson. Megan plans on majoring in biochemistry at Mizzou next year. Megan encouraged underclassmen to, quote, just go for it. I've tried so many things and I basically just went for every opportunity possible. Congrats, Megan.
Our next senior spotlight is Alec Rajkov. Alec is involved in leadership, football, and soccer. Next year, Alec will be attending Iowa Western to kick for the football team and improve his skill while also completing general classes. He then hopes to transfer to a four-year university. Alec's favorite high school memory was the district football game against Blue Springs when he made the game-winning field goal. He says the team stormed the field and the atmosphere was like nothing he had ever felt. Congrats, Alec.
That is all we have for you today, Jace. Now, if everyone could please stand for the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. From KLHS, this has been Reagan Manus, Paige Robinson, Taylor Quinn, and the rest of our amazing production crew. I'm Amber Mears.
And I'm Brady Mayer.
Have a wonderful Wednesday and a fabulous spring break, Jace.